Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Andrew here, back at you with another video. And this week, as you can read the title, I'm showcasing some of my brother's films here that he has in his collection that I do not have in mine. I'm going to showcase mostly horror films and or dark films. So he has two shelves. He's got one here, and then there's one behind me. So I'll move to that one once I get done with this one. This is just a small shelf, though. He's got the Jurassic Parks, the Godfather. He has some of the Dark Knight movies. Those are all dark. They got this 17 pack here. Now, as you can see here, this has some really, really good movies in it. It was a really cheap pack. It has like the first, I think it's the first two prom night movies, plus it has all three of the Dracula 2000 series. Then it has Halloween 6, 7, and 8. It has Hellraiser like 3 through 9, and it has all the prophecies. It's a really good series. I think he got it on. I think he got this on at Walmart, I want to say. Next up here, you got Apollo 18. Yeah, I actually really like this one. But see, the thing is that most of the movies that my brother has in his collection that I don't have in mine, a lot of the reason is because he has them, and I just don't I don't want to get copies of them. I'm back here enough that I can just watch most of these whenever I'm back here, and if I like them enough, we basically have duplicates of, you know, our favorite films. So. But yeah, he has the collection. Now he has a collector on the other side here. But yeah, this is the second movie in this franchise. I didn't really remember not caring for that one too much. But yeah. Let's see here. Some of these ones are ones that I've actually just given him. Paranormal Entity. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It's basically a Paranormal Activity ripoff, and it's basically the exact same thing. But it does a fine job. It's not nowhere near as scary, but it's an okay film. Next up here is The Pyramid. This was a blind buy, and honestly, this movie had the potential to be really scary, and it was honestly just disappointing. He doesn't really care for it. He didn't really care for it either. It had a really good premise and started off good, and then it just, I don't know, it just didn't turn out well. Next up is the Resident Evil trilogy. Now, I actually haven't watched these yet. I've been meaning to watch these, but I just haven't had the time and would rather watch some of the other ones. And I haven't heard many good things about it, but I know a lot of people enjoy these, so I might have to check them out one day. The next up here is a made-for-sci-fi movie that I absolutely loved. This is a damn good horror film. This has Christine Taylor in it and Jerry O'Connell from Scream 2. Yeah, this is Room 6. It's a sci-fi movie. Also, it has a baby Chloe Grace Moretz in it, by the way. But yeah, it's a really creepy film. It's got a good premise to it. I recommend checking it out. Scary movie. It's not really a horror. It's obviously a horror comedy. It's a comedy made about horror movies, spoof. I really liked it. It's really hilarious. Next up here is Stay Alive. This is a movie that I remember watching when I was little. When it first came out, we've had this very one here for years. And honestly, it's a really interesting premise, and I cannot believe, guys, if there's another movie that has a similar premise to this, please let me know, because the whole video game thing and it actually being a real thing is like really interesting and unique, and hasn't really been done a whole lot since. Yeah. Next up here is going to be the Terminator movies. Now, these are like sci-fi horror. This is more just a sci-fi. This is sci-fi horror. Yeah, really good stuff. Yeah, I guess I can count this one too. It's a thriller, but Taken. A lot of these other ones here are just duplicates of movies that I have, or ones that I've given him, or also just non-horrors. But yeah, that's going to do it for this shelf. Next one's going to be a little longer of a video. But yeah, see you guys then.